Question today is any of this division and chaos and protesting and looting, is President Obama responsible for any of that? I'll tell you why I asked the question. A buddy of mine, a Marine brother, had posted on Facebook something to the effect his displeasure with the selection of Kamala Harris for vice president. He's black, not that it really matters to the story. It was a black man expressing displeasure over this black woman selection. Well, it turned into a pretty nasty debate, and he had to take it down, so then he does a follow-up post. Great guy, by the way. He took it down, and he made the post, he said, it's a shame that in this age, even with our Marine Corps brethren, that we have this division that can't even have a civil conversation about something like that. And then somebody posted in the comments, yeah, you can't blame this on Obama. Is that right? One of the things I had talked about probably 2.5 years ago, this thing called OFA, Organizing for Action. Now back then, it was shortly after the Obama presidency. You might remember hearing a little bit about it, not directly, but there was a lot of talks about how Obama had stayed in Washington, D.C. and had created a shadow government. This is what they were referring to. OFA, Organizing for Action. Obama, self-proclaimed activist. He developed, I don't know if he developed it, but he has led this movement of activism, of protest through Organizing for Action. Back then when I talked about it, you couldn't find any direct links to Obama and OFA, but if you go on the OFA website today, his smiling face is right at the top header. He's been leading Organizing for Action, and he continues to lead Organizing for Action even after the completion of his presidency. So what does that mean? Organizing for Action, I've done podcasts dedicated to this. You can go back and research it yourself. Organizing for Action develops activist leaders and gives them a program to follow, and then has these on-demand groups that they can call up, so to speak, and they'll engage in whatever it is that the machine wants them to engage in. How do you think, for example, that shortly after the Parkland High School shooting, the blood literally hadn't even been cleaned up, and literally they had buses and signs to take student activists to protest in Washington within less than a couple of days? How do you put something like that together? Because it was already put together before the event happened. And so you get something like the murder of George Floyd, and you get the same thing. Whenever there's something that they don't want to see, or something that they want to take action against, or a cause that they call these different groups up, that was all created, designed, and being orchestrated by Organizing for Action, which is led by President Obama. And it's for that reason that I believe that President Obama is the most corrupt president ever in the history of the United States. He continues to meddle in the political affairs of the country, even against the popular will. We have elections for a reason. And as Obama himself once said, elections have consequences, as will the next. These are the consequences. That doesn't mean that when you don't like the result, you burn down the house. That's exactly what Obama's doing. That's why he's the most corrupt president in the history of the United States.
Warning, this podcast includes unapologetic logic and reason and may not be suitable for all audiences. In a world full of nonsense, he's been called the voice of uncommon common sense. He sees the abnormal that many find normal. Author and award-winning speaker, he is Chris